Good Friday evening to everyone. Welcome to the show. It's good to see you and it's good to be seen by you. What can I tell you, everyone? Welcome. I of course am Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you from an undisclosed location somewhere in the swamps of Central Florida. Hello. But anyway, I'm glad you're all here. We have got a show planned for you guys tonight. So let me ask you a favor. If you haven't already, if you haven't clicked the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications, would you please consider doing that? That would be awesome, because when you do that, you get all the YouTube notifications about when I do live streams, and when I do the little interstitial newsy informative videos, that sort of thing. You get all the good stuff from clicking the subscribe button. And the best part is it's free. It doesn't cost you anything unless you want to donate to or support the show somehow. But the best thing you can do is to click the subscribe button. And again, make sure the bell icon is clicked for notifications. We made it through the week, everybody. You know, this crazy ride, it started on Monday. Can you believe that? That's 50 miles behind us. We started on Monday, and we've rolled through the week, and it's been a whole lot of fun. At least I've had fun. I hope you guys have had fun. And it doesn't stop here. Well, actually, it very technically does stop here tonight, but not right here, not late. Well, good night, folks. Closing credits button. That's not what I mean. No, we'll pick it up again on Monday and just start the whole thing over again. But I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up, because we are nearing the month of October, and October is when we play Call of Cthulhu. So tonight is the penultimate Gamma World game. And then every Friday in October, Shocktober, we will be playing Call of Cthulhu, and I hope you guys will join us for it. Spooky good times playing some Call of Cthulhu. We have great guests lined up for October. Let me tell you what, I have horror authoress Alyssa Hazel will be here. I've got Bob Antone, who does that great Owlbear song at the end of the show. Bob Antone's going to be here, and we're going to talk cryptids and ghost stories and other creepy things. And maybe we can work a little D&D angle on that. We have got some non-creepy stuff. Paul's going to be back in October, because October is kicking off the Kickstarter for the Gygax, the memorial there, you know, the big gaming table in Lake Geneva. That kicks off. And Paul's going to tell us all about that. We have got John Popson is going to be on this Thursday. Technically, that's not October, I know, but that's coming up this week. This week coming. John Popson's going to be here. He's going to talk miniatures. He's going to talk a Kickstarter that he's going to be doing. We've got just a ton of stuff. Aggie, you guys remember Aggie from Brave Alice Games? Aggie's going to be here, and guess what? Now, I know a lot of you guys have sat on the fence like, maybe the software is cool stuff. They've got an AD&D product dropping. Oh yeah, that's right. But I'm not going to spoil it any more than that. A pen and paper, physical thing that you can buy, AD&D thing that's coming up, project that they're working on, and you're going to hear all the details first here on the show, and that is also in October. So I am hyped about it. Hello, 33K7. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. So we've got a lot going on as we roll on, and I want to talk a little bit. I think I kind of talked about this some last night. This was just kind of open chit chat last night, which is perfectly fine. But oh, and I almost forgot. Before I go into that, let me jump back to this. Next Friday, after the show, I will be going immediately to hop on to a launch for Empire of the Undying Sun, which is Yang Yan Zhao's tabletop RPG stuff. Now, full disclosure, I wrote some adventures for it. I'm pretty proud of them. But Yang's going to be like having a launch party for that. And after I'm done here, I'm heading to his launch party. Links will be up. Okay. Links will be up, and you guys will have all of that information. So that is that's what's happening there. So we have a very busy rest of September and a very busy October coming. Now, of course, November, will take us through the holidays. Thanksgiving week's going to be I may do like a Monday and a Tuesday, but then Wednesday, Thursday, you know how it's going to be. I do want to point out, if you guys watch the Kyle streams with my co-host, Wastrel Wednesday, with my co-host, Kyle Schuant, he mentioned this last night. We are going to be taking a couple of weeks off from that next week and the week after. And, preceding weeks, I assume everything will pick back up. However, when we get into November, we're really, now you guys tell me, is the holiday season or is not the holiday season? Does that not also entail Halloween? See, I think of Halloween as the real launch of the holiday season. Some people are like, well, the holidays start with Thanksgiving. Well, what holidays then? Then it's just 2. No, you got to have all 3. Well, all 4 technically, because we've got New Year's. Yang thinks it starts with Labor Day. I don't necessarily think that's an incorrect assessment. But I'm going to tell you this. November will get busy. Thanksgiving week, like I said, I'll definitely get the AD&D stream in. Probably not going to do a Gamma World stream that week. The following week, well, I mean, it depends. It depends. We got to look at the calendar here. And I know you guys are champing at the bit to get going on Gamma World, and we will. So let's see. So there's October and there's November. Yeah, it's the 23rd. The reason I'm bringing this up, is I am going to pump the brakes a little bit in December. If there is a DICE Advent calendar, I will bring you every day of the DICE Advent calendar and like 1 stream a week. I'm not going to do guests. I'm not going to do live plays. I am 1 day a week. 1 day a week, I am going to be doing a gift drawing. Every week in December, for the people who are on the stream right then, we'll roll a die, we'll spin a wheel somehow, and one person one person will get a mystery gift, and it is going to be something that is cool and tactile, something you can hold. It's not going to be a 3D print. It's not going to be a free coupon for a PDF from Drive-Thru RPG. You're going to get a toy. You're going to get a toy for Christmas. And after I do that, like the next day it'll go out. Like I will ship it to you. So if you're living all by yourself and Christmas is like just another day when you wake up, you will have a Christmas present if you win it, if you're somebody like that. I am not going to tell you what is in the gift. It's going to be in wrapping paper in a box, and it's going to go to you. Am I going to change the wizard's hat? Absolutely, I'll be wearing a Santa's hat. Absolutely, I'll be wearing a Santa's hat. Good evening, Shinchara. A white box. Yeah, no. The package might be sent out in a box that is white, but no. I mean, if I could get a good repro made of it, I might do that, but well, it's not a secret Santa. You know who's getting it. And I'll talk a little bit more about this when we draw closer to the day. But if you feel compelled, if you're on social media when you get your gift, I would like to see a picture of you enjoying your gift. But we'll worry about that then. It's not Secret Santa. You know what you're getting. Or do you know who's giving it to you? Secret Santa would just be like, you know, I just took the list of people, rolled the number, and then the winner will have to reach out to me immediately with their address. But anyway, when we get to that, I'll talk about the rules. Okay. Now, one thing I've learned from watching social media, and I know we're kind of stepping on Gamma World time. We're going to get going. But when I heard about that thing with a certain animalistic YouTuber who has apparently more money than common sense, yeah, at first I was going to be like, yeah, no, you've got to be a subscriber or a member to be part of this. That's basically asking. I don't know. I saw that. So basically, if you're here, you know, I'll put your name in the list and I'll roll it, and that's it. Right? I'm not going to say, ooh, this is only for X, Y, or Z. Anyway, so let me say hello to everybody here. I already greeted 33K7. And let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. If you're watching over on Twitter, would you be so kind as to say, hey, Dying Breed, Kennick, Michael Dale, Kabuki Kid, good to see you. Who else we got up there? Jorge Uribe, good to see you. Hope things are fine down in Tierra del Fuego. Let's see. Yang, of course, already said hey to Yang. And Orbital Air, good to see you too. Doomsword, yeah, already said hello to Doomsword. That's about it. That's about it. Okay, Michael, that's fine. I think he's that far south. Did you say you were down near Tierra del Fuego, Jorge? You have to go to the, wow. So yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever doubt the appeal of my show, we have had people chime in from Taiwan, all over Europe. Of course, the Canadian contingent holds it down. The UK, and literally the furthest point in the Americas that you can be from me. I mean, I don't, maybe Atuk Island in the off the coast of Alaska is further from me than literally the end of the Americas. I don't know. Hey, Wave of Mutilation, how are you? Australia, of course. Some from New Zealand. Oh, greetings to you, Pauper Knight. Let me post a map in the Discord. Yes, absolutely do that, and I'll share it. If you guys are wondering why we're kind of hesitating a little bit, I've just got, oh, we lost somebody. Well, now I've just got 2 people playing Camel World tonight, so we may run really short. Anyone here from the African continent? I don't think so. Hey, Jimmy, hope you're feeling better this evening, my friend. You haven't, Kabuki, tell them to come here. I got to complete the set. I don't believe anyone is from Russia or well, from the mainland of Asia. I don't think anyone is from Africa or the mainland of Asia, but I think I've got most, I've got the Pac Rim covered. The United States, I cover it like peanut butter. Canada, of course, South America. I'm going to go to our Discord and I'm going to see, let's pull this up over here. Don't worry, we are going to be playing some Gamma World, guys. Okay, I want to show you guys this because Jorge just shared this with me. This is mind-blowing right here. This is the reach of my media empire. None shall escape. Okay. All right. So you guys see where the magnifying glass is? That's more or less where I am right now. There, I'm kind of moving it around, but that's more or less where I am in Florida. Let's start moving down. You see him yet? You see where he's indicated on the map yet? No? Oh, well, let's keep moving. How about now? No? That's right. Right there. Look at that. I'm all the way up here. He's all the way down there. That's pretty damn cool. And I don't care if you're next door. Welcome. And thank you all for being here. All right, everybody. That's enough. The amazing man, absolute. That's why when people say the internet was a mistake, no, because I wouldn't. I mean, how would Jorge and I get to hang out otherwise? I mean, do you think I'm just going to hop a plane? Let's say it's 94 instead of 2024. Just hop a United flight to the tip end of Chile and walk around with a sign in English and Spanish that says, talk to me if you love first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It's not going to work. All right. So let me put on the headphones and let me welcome in our band of adventurers and give a good evening to this guy here. Everybody say hello to Doomsword Deathmaster as probably sane.
What's up?
And of course, this guy is everywhere. It's Yang Yan Zhao as Rex Dashington.
100.
And it is Friday, but here is Monday. It is Kennick as Monday.
Hey, peeps.
All righty. So let's just jump right back into it. Last week, you guys had barely escaped the clutches of horrible undersea or underwater creatures as you were scavenging the ruins of a pre-cataclysm vehicle or vessel of some kind, trying to find various goodies on the wreck. You did find a few, but before you could remove any of them, the ship started to be shaken about, and you had to exit quickly to return to your submersible. Having done so, the order was given by I believe probably Sane. You told the android who was piloting the thing to take you, was it due east or due west? I honestly don't remember.
It was due east and hit the top. So we see what's going on up there.
Alrighty, so she surfaces and orients the vessel. She's able to understand its controls based on watching Monday. So yeah, it's kind of an overcast afternoon, but you can see you can see the recharging system for the power cells on board appears to be at not quite keeping pace with the amount of electricity that you're using. But she orients the navigation system, and you are going east. Okay, you go for an hour. It's just moderately choppy, grayish, brownish, clearish water. But you don't immediately see a shoreline or anything in the haze there to the east. Do you wish to keep going?
Yeah, well, I don't know, guys. We got a shoreline either way, right? We want to keep this battery juice. We made it an hour this way. I say we keep going till we hit land.
Works for me.
Sure, why not?
Alrighty, so you continue to head to the east, and you go for another hour. And right about the top of the hour, in the distance, through the haze, you see kind of a long gray line. It's not clouds. They don't appear to be moving. You think you may see a distant shore. You'll be there in perhaps 10 more minutes.
Oh, yeah, steady as she goes now. That's pretty good for a bot. Keep your eye out for structures.
Alrighty, so you continue for another few minutes, and the image is, hey, Imperial Ramblings, good to see you. The distant shore does begin to resolve, and you don't immediately see any structures. There's some wooded patches that come pretty close to the shoreline. You're drawing ever closer. she is watching the controls, and she throttles back and says, according
to the sonar readings, there's a lot of debris here. I don't want us to get stuck. I can try and thread through it, but it'll take a lot longer.
We got all that extra weight too, don't we, Karen?
Affirmative, Captain.
she
Well, what
glances
y'all
at,
think?
she glances at Monday.
Monday, is there, or Karen, is there a way to find an edge of it that isn't too far in? So if we needed to make a quick escape, we could.
This is as close as we can get without me having to pick out careful paths.
Okay. Can we swim in our suits, or do we have to walk? I don't know how heavy they are.
Well, we was underwater the whole time, man.
Yeah, but we weren't swimming, were we? We were walking in them, right?
Man,
No,
I
you
swam
were
down and I
swimming.
swam up.
Oh, we were swimming? Okay.
Yeah,
So
no,
we
you
can, okay. So we can swim.
Hey, why don't you ask that thing what the depth is?
You can ask her yourself. Karen, what's the
Nah,
depth?
man. Me and her ain't got nothing to talk about no more. You're back in charge.
Great. What's the depth there, Karen, please?
It's 9 meters here.
Can you tell how much battery we have left?
Yes.
And that is?
21.75 hours.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Sounds like it's plenty.
Well, right now, but we may need it. I'm assuming the faster we go, the more we'll burn up if we have to hightail it out.
That's a smart assumption.
Yeah. So shall we go swim over there and see what's going on?
I'm game.
Okay, we'll leave Karen in here to monitor, and I don't know if there's a way that Karen, is there a way you could do a signal or something if you detect like maybe a light or something that we can see if there's trouble coming?
There's a strong searchlight in the bow. I'm not sure how visible it would be from land, but I can certainly turn it on to signal you, or at least try to.
Good enough. If needed, break the surface if something big's coming that we need to be aware of, or if you need to move for some reason because something big's coming after the sub.
We're on the surface now, but okay.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were just under
Yeah,
the
no,
surface.
you can
My bad.
clearly see through the windshield, hence her
Okay.
puzzlement.
Okay. I was not aware. My bad.
Okay. So you guys heading back out to then?
I think we are.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So excuse me. So Kevin's character, he says, that shootout we got in, I think I'm gonna make sure that when we got in the fight with the android on here, that there were no critical systems that were damaged in the long term.
Sounds good.
Yeah, keep us out of situations like that too.
Oh yeah, of course. So me and Karen will keep the ship shaped.
All right.
Keep an eye on her.
Oh yeah. absolutely.
Don't be afraid to use your vibroblade.
Yeah, it'll be fine, I'm sure.
I roll my eyes.
I just want to pause and address something in the chat real quick. Kabuki's talking about Wendy Carlos. That's so serendipitous because tonight I was thinking to myself, how cool would it be if I could get the main title from The Shining or something very like it to play before each session of Call of Cthulhu instead of the Summer Mountains, which is a great piece from Bards of Greyhawk, but anyway, I'm not going to be able to afford to do that, and I can't handle the heat from YouTube for doing that. So anyway, so with that said, it is a variation on Dai's Irae, I believe, Kabuki. Moving right along, you guys head into the sea lock. You know how to use it now. You three of you. It's certainly still tight in there, but it's nowhere near as bad as when there's four of you. You cycle the lock, and you're in much choppier and murkier waters. Probably due to its proximity to the shore here. So if you just orient yourself periodically, you can start moving into the shore. And yeah, you can see that there's like almost a breakwater. There are like reefs of you're not sure if they're drowned logs or if it's rubble or what. As you start to move towards the shoreline, give me a D20 roll, if you would, please, Dooms. Your reflex is putting you well ahead of your companions.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah. Okay. You're kind of thrown into some of it by the waves sort of pushing you forward there. Yeah, you're slammed against something hard. You're not sure if it's rock or if it's metal or what, but take 3 points of damage as you're trying to swim in. And give me another D20 roll, please, also.
Be careful, there's all kinds of crap around here.
Okay, so
Thanks for the warning.
So yeah, your suit integrity is not compromised. Give me a D20 roll, please. Yang.
Did it roll?
I didn't see it. I didn't even see it on the roll 20 of the.
All right, let me reload this real quick.
Sure. We love our on-screen die roller. Sometimes it doesn't love us as much as it might.
There we go.
Yeah. You kind of, you've got your hands in front of you, and you're using the manipulator jets as you rush forward, and you kind of push yourself off and find a path through. And give me a D20 roll, if you would, please, Kanek.
A 16.
Yeah, likewise. You just follow what Rex does, and so you guys find yourselves. You are standing on shore. There are some stumpy, broken off trees, and there are taller ones in the distance.
About how far away would the taller ones be?
Taller ones are about maybe 50 meters back from the shore, not far at all.
All right. How long does it? I'm sorry. How long does it take to take off this helmet again?
Oh, just like a single round if it matters. I mean, you can just pop it right off, though.
Yeah, I'll take it off so we can talk.
Okay. Alrighty, so you've got your helm off. If you want to make any progress on land more than like, at a tenth of your normal speed, you'll have to take your swimming accoutrements of the suit off. You don't have to strip all the way to your bare skin, but
Yeah, I make the hand moving puppet mouth thing to them so that they'll take their helmets off, so that we can speak about this for that precise reason.
okay.
We got to decide what to do.
And
We ain't got no armor,
All right.
nothing.
Rex will take his off and shake his head where his luscious mane of hair flows freely.
Yes.
I'll take my helmet off too.
Do you just kind of flip your head back in slow motion and it arcs, leaving a trail of beading water behind it,
Oh
Rex?
my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Fabio.
This is a Gamma World calendar setup. I know
Rex
it.
BO.
Sure, he's in his Speedo under the suit.
Okay. So you've got the aforementioned broken off trees. Also, you can see the ground is very weedy. Between you and the trees themselves, there's very low, sort of shoreline bluffs, with some tough grass. But the ground is relatively flat, other than the tree stumps between where you are and where those bluffs are. The bluffs are about 30 meters away. The trees are another 20 meters atop them.
Well, we got no armor and we got no weapons. I mean, we got these spears here, you know what I mean? What do you think?
So in this horrible future, there's no deadly plants, right? I mean, it's just these crazy mutants.
You didn't strap a vibroblade to your leg? Come on.
Well, you should have told me you was doing that.
Well, we got spears at least.
Yes, you do have the spear guns.
Do we know where we are, more or less?
You are on the far eastern shore of a large body of water. Give me a percentile roll for Rex Dashington, please.
Okay.
$12. Okay. Rex, you suspect if you were somewhere in eastern Wisconsin, you may be somewhere in western Michigan now. Of course, all your points of reference are completely useless. I mean, it's not like there's a Stuckey's nearby, or I don't know. What do you Yankees have up north?
Ugh, something really stinks over here.
Jane Morrow, hello. Jimmy Invictus is waiting for Atomic Cthulhu to rear his tentacly head. Odd Scimitar, good to see you.
Well, what you guys got? Because this is what I'm looking at. We take these suits off. We head out in them trees. Either that or we go back. Now, we go back. We use more battery. We go to the other side, right?
Well,
If we go to the other side, go ahead.
we don't have to take the suits off completely. I thought we just do the flippers and such, strap them to the belt, and I mean they're not protective per se, but it's a little bit better than just skin. If we rub against
Man,
something.
I'm too hot in this thing.
Well, you have to carry it then, but okay.
I just leave it here. If something's gonna come and take it, I got bigger problems than whether or not I got the skin suit on. Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll take that suit off. Assuming, I mean, who cares? If there's something underneath it, great. If there's not, that's great too.
Well, I mean, I will point it. The suit's not that hot. It's fairly lightweight, but you do you. You do you. There's a Speedo type banana hammock that goes underneath it, but I leave it up to you as to what your character wants to do. The same
Yeah,
goes
I don't
for all
like the
you guys.
restriction of movement.
Okay.
Regardless of temperature within.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to afford any protection, anyways, as far as the character's concerned.
Well, then Rex will just go commando.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There's essentially like a little Speedo kind of thing. And so where you got, once you comport yourselves, however you do, where are you going? What are you doing?
Out in them trees, right? You want to head that way?
Looks like it's the only way to go.
Either that or hug the shoreline. I mean, we could go a little north or south from here, but I like the cover of them trees. Our plant person could tell us more about that.
So I'll get down to the bikini too, and then
All
I'm
right.
going to look around to see what kind of plants we have.
It appears to be just tough brownish grass. It's about 1 meter tall, going all the way to the open space between the line of broken trees and the edge of the bluffs.
Sorry, before we head off, I just want to make sure it's on the record. Rex will attempt to hide their gear, like under a pile of rocks or something, try to make it inconspicuous.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the soil on the lakeshore, it's very sandy. You can dig a small hole,
No.
a flattish piece of driftwood if you want to make a makeshift shovel.
Rex hates sand. It gets everywhere.
I understood that reference. Okay, so you won't go the sand route. You'll just cover it up with some debris, right?
Right.
Okay. You've got your gear covered and you're heading towards the tree line, correct?
Spears in hand. Yes, I think we are.
Okay. Hang on, I just want to, I want to find this real quick. Okay. These your spear guns, by the way, they have a 50-meter range out of water. Just letting you
All
know.
right. Thank you. I was going to ask that.
All right. So, hello, Darth Brooks. So you start up the bluff, or rather, you start towards the bluff. You have to step around some shattered tree trunks. There is a twisted and bent, and it's like you could not see this until you almost tripped over it. There is a twisted and bent Duralloy band that's set in regularly spaced posts in the ground that goes in a straight line. Well, it's twisted and bent, but it goes to the left and to the right.
Sorry, meaning that it's like a tripwire or like a barbed wire fence, or
no, it is a barrier, but it's at just below waist height, but it doesn't look like a trap or anything like that. It's very obvious that if all this grass wasn't here, you could have seen it probably from the shore.
Can we tell what it's made out of?
Duralloy.
Okay. So it's artificial. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the metal that the ancients seemed to work in exclusively. You're not even sure if that's what they called it before the cataclysm. That's what everyone calls it now because it doesn't seem to rust. It doesn't seem to dull that much with age.
Yeah, and of course you remember it because that was the doorways and stuff we've opened up before with fiber blades and whatnot. So
yeah,
you know, we don't have any way to open anything, but
You said it's waist high, so we could like climb over it.
yeah, or you could duck under it. It's the strip itself is only about maybe 400 millimeters top to bottom, and it's mounted on posts, so you could duck under it or climb over it. It's up to you.
right. How long is it?
It goes to the left and to the right as far as you can see.
Right. How about we hug on to this thing? Follow it along.
Okay. I mean, it's a nice breadcrumb. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, are you going left or are you going right?
Guess one way is as good as the other, huh?
Yeah, I mean, take your pick.
Let's go right.
All right.
Works for
Okay,
me.
so you realize if you're facing east and you're going right, you're probably following to the south. So you walk along to the south. The ground is very rough. It's particularly uncomfortable on your feet, Rex. But you know, you make your way along, and as you go, on the left-hand side, that is the other side of this barrier, periodically you can see there's patches where there's no grass and indeed no soil. The soil that's atop it is maybe only 100 millimeters deep. Underneath it is that thin mixture of stone and duralloy that the ancients made their roads out of. So it occurs to you, you might be following an ancient roadbed. You keep going for perhaps another couple of kilometers, and eventually you see that the barrier looks like it has been bent outwards in the direction of the water, and is kind of, the metal kind of curves into the dirt, but it's twisted in a way that tells you that's probably not how it was intended to be. There is a large, clean, sandy spot that comes up from the edge of the water all the way, and you've kind of gotten to the end of the bluffs, and the ground is sort of leveling out. So there's this clean, sandy spot. You hear the occasional cry of seabirds somewhere overhead, and there you go. Odd Scimitar asks, isn't Gamma World similar to AD&D in terms of rules? Yes, it is, and Gamma World was intended to be compatible with AD&D. People talk about this game being the first, this is the first clone, this is the first OSR. It was, in fact, Gamma World. But anyway, so you folks, there you have it. You can see maybe 25 meters across this sandy spot. There is a you can see the barrier is again over there. The broken off end that you can see is actually twisted up. It's not poking down in the sand like this one is. So what to do?
Your feet all right there, Rex?
Never better.
All right, man. You looking a little hot.
Well, thank you, but I'm not interested.
Man, I didn't remember like that. You know what I'm saying? I remember what you did. You made me get this damn tattoo. I told you.
Yeah,
I'd
my
tag you
eyes are
back.
up here.
Yeah, man. Hop on the sand and lead the way then, all right?
Sure. Rex will hop up there and look around and head on.
Okay. Yeah, this sand is damp and cool, kind of feels good on your feet as you're walking along. Off to the left, you can see the haze. You know, the wind kind of blows the haze away. You see some structures off to the left. Looks like maybe a kilometer away out on the rolling plain.
There's some kind of building a click away.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for. Anything other than this?
Yeah, there's got to be something there.
Well, you guys coming or what?
Man, I'm right behind you. Remember
Yep.
that.
I'm looking for plants along the way. Never know what you're going to find.
Okay. So, you continue inland for about another click or so, and eventually you find a trail that doesn't lead from the direction you're going, but it seems to curve towards this place, maybe 500 meters out, and there's a very neatly made sign. It's painted on Duralloy, very neat letters. It says Eula, ULAH, Eula Trading Post. Traders welcome.
How about that?
Shame we didn't bring more from the ship to trade.
Hey, man, we can trade you.
Yeah.
Have we seen any movement at all other than us?
No,
and possibly birds.
You have not.
Well, what are the odds that there's actually somebody still there? If it's a trading post, you would think there would be movement.
Well, you're about 500 meters away, so
Okay.
and like a lot of places, it has a palisade wall around it, like back over in the kingdom where you guys were before.
Okay.
I say we're going there either way.
Yeah.
Unless you got a better idea.
No, let's just keep our wits.
For sure.
All right. You approach the palisade, and yeah, there's a couple of guards outside the gate, and they kind of look you up and down, and They have heavy crossbows that are cocked and they have quarrels in. And travelers, can we help you?
Don't you know? That's Rex and his merry band of her. And I'm probably saying,
I can see that. Look, friendo, far be it from me, but why are you mostly not clothed?
man, I just swam over here. You know what I mean?
I'm afraid I haven't any idea. Do you come to trade? Hands away from those weapons, please.
He's acting like this is the first time we've seen civilization. Rex, you remember one of them other 80 times you've seen civilization?
I remember everything.
You remember
Give me
how
a
it started?
Give me a percentile dice roll for Rex, please. What is that? 79?
Yep.
Yeah, you're hibernation sickness. You're not sure that you may have, if you ever visited this part of Michigan. So you're not familiar with this at all.
Yeah, anyways, we swam across the lake.
I don't
Well,
think you
not
did,
all the way
friendo.
across. Yeah, not all the way across. But we got a boat out there. We came up on shore trying to see what's going on. You know what I mean? We found your place.
Well, this is Eula, and we're a town of good folk. We don't want any trouble. If you've Domars, well, you can spend them here if you like. The other fellow says, yeah, maybe you want to buy some clothes.
Maybe we do, maybe we don't.
He looks at his friend and says, by the way, he's telling the truth. They did come over in some kind of mechanical device, some ancient's technology. They have two friends that they've left back at the mechanical device offshore. This one, he points at Rex, hid their swimming clothes somewhere over on the shore yonder.
Rex is gonna first appear shocked, and then he is gonna think of the dirtiest thing that he could think of.
Okay. Yeah, the guy who was just speaking, he's kind of pudgy, and you notice now, like what you thought maybe was just kind of like a smudge of dirt or something. He's actually got a little tattoo on his forehead, and it looks like a brain, like a cross section of a brain tattooed on his forehead. He just kind of laughs and says, I see worse stuff at the whorehouse on rest day, friendo.
Rex will turn to turn to Monday and say, they have mind readers now?
Yeah,
You didn't
that
think you
happens
should bring this up
in some of
before?
them. Hey,
Man, I thought you'd remember seeing that cat eating its own poop. Why didn't you show him that?
Sure, Rex will think about that.
He just shakes his head, rolls his eyes.
yeah, we've encountered mind readers before.
Very
It's not that
juvenile,
uncommon.
friendo. Very juvenile. Anyway, do you have anything you want? Do you wish to come in and trade? Do you wish to come in and spend Domar?
Yeah, man. Thing is about that is that it's back at the boat. You know what I'm saying? You got some, I don't know. You got anything to drink? Like, can we just come in and check it out and then go back to the boat and then like come back? You know what I mean? We use a little bit of water, maybe a
Well,
tunic or something.
Do
I
you
got
have
the
a
spear
medic?
gun.
well, that may maybe the weapon shop, Old Man Eisher, might consider buying that from you. You could
Right on.
probably get a little bit for that.
Do you have a
All
medic
right.
in town here?
I'm sorry. What was that, Kenneth?
Do you have a medic in town here?
Oh, he goes. Yeah, we've got a couple of people who are associated with healing arts. One of them actually trained at the university across the big water where you guys have been.
Yeah, where I've got some medication curing right now.
Yes, those herbs you're drying out. Starting to get real disturbing. This guy's basically saying things before you can get them out. And he's clearly having a lot of fun doing it.
I flashed like all kinds of different images throughout our adventures at him, just
All
to
right.
have fun,
All right.
like the explosions and the
flashing
robots
what?
and everything.
Giant. You had a giant tank of the pre-cataclysm times. You got it shot out from under you. That's kind of funny. Oh, that Disney place looks interesting. Yeah, Rex, this is like doing your head in.
Disney is still around?
I guess it is, friendo. She's been there, or at least thinks she's been there enough.
Waltz in a bottle. I'm sorry, Rex.
Well, I mean, everybody knew that. They still have turkey legs.
They actually do.
We need to go there one day.
I'm picturing the tasty turkey legs just to mess with both of them.
All right. The guard is not. He's completely nonplussed by that. Well, if you're gonna go in and trade, go ahead and trade. Otherwise,
All right. Yep. Thank you. Safe passage.
mm.
So we're missing a hell of a conversation there, huh?
All right. So the inside of the inside of the compound, it is actually a lot like some of the towns that were in the barony. It's you know, mostly repaired and repurposed pre-cataclysm stuff, so it's all, very neat and clean. It's been scrubbed and whitewashed and so on, but there's some new construction of earth and stone as well. You see mostly pure strain humans, but a fair few mutants too. There's a couple of Orlin chatting together near a large fountain in the middle. Y'all's state of near undress does draw a few stares. But yeah, there's a narrow street that seems to lead into the middle of the small town.
Any obvious sign of that weapon shop right around here?
Not up by the front gate, no.
Right on.
You do pass a couple of places. On the left, there is a 2-story building of metal and stone that is labeled constabulatory. And there's a couple of guys who are uniformed similarly to the ones outside. There's a pure strain human, obvious mutant standing next to him because the guy is almost 3 meters tall. He's got a very high, reedy voice. He says, Rex Dashington, Monday, probably sane. That's you, correct?
Yes.
I left the probably part a little ways back, but you know.
Last I checked.
Of course. Welcome to Eula. If you're looking for the weapon shop, it's that way. He points with like a 2-meter arm up the main street, which you see comes to an end at a building. Says it's that way. Turn right. Go left. You'll find yourself in the Traders Square.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. And both of these guys do have tech weapons of some kind, not crossbows.
Nice.
All right. So anyone stopping to talk to anybody, or are you just heading there?
I have no plans other than that.
Okay. You come to a single-story reinforced building. It's got 2 large square but mostly opaque windows. There is a sign over the single duralloy door in the front of the place that says Escher's Weapon Shop. And underneath that is apparently his slogan, because it says, to be armed is to be free.
What you think? We trade off 2 of these, keep 1?
Yeah.
Figure out what this place about, to make our way back to the boat, come back if we want.
Might as well.
I mean,
Bring
I'd like to
what's-his-face
know
with us.
if they have a way to recharge our batteries. If we
Yeah,
could do
that's
that,
it
that
right
would
there.
be like huge.
You know, we should ask about those gold armored fellas as well. See if they've been on this side of the lake.
Hey, if you think that ain't gonna affect our mission in a negative way, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, odds are, if they know something, it's going to be a little more remote because they don't look like they've been attacked here.
All right, Rex, you're the hottest, right? Why don't you go up there and talk to this dude?
Well, that's true. And Rex will step forward and he'll
Bat his eyelashes.
put his arm on
Stroke
the
his hair.
wall and lean on the wall and say, "Hey, how's it going there?"
The duralloy door to the building doesn't respond when you do that.
Door open.
It doesn't.
Ah,
I walk over
he'll-
there and grab the
he'll try to
handle and
open the
open it
door.
for him.
Yeah, it looks like it slides to the left, and there's a loud buzzing. Like you grab the handle and start to push it, it doesn't move. There's a buzzing sound, and then it practically moves of its own accord. You
go on in.
are, yeah, you're looking into a shop that seems smaller on the inside than it is on the outside. There are really only 4 displays, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. They all have various types of weapons. There is a rotund, gray-haired, balding fellow with spectacles. He's got a nice-looking striped tunic and a black vest on underneath it. And he's got one hand very clearly is under the counter, and the other is resting on a rather chunky looking tech weapon on the counter, and says, "Greetings, friends. Welcome to the weapon shop of Escher. I am John Escher. Do come in, won't you?"
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Escher. We've come to trade, if you'd like.
I see. And do you mean to trade those weapons you have?
We do, and we don't have all of our gear on us now, of course, but we also have other things which we may be able to trade at a later date, should it be amenable.
He removes his hand that you can't see from the counter, and the door behind you very quickly slams shut. Bam! Resounding clang. May I see the weapons?
Of course. Do I recognize that chunky tech weapon that he has?
Give me a percentage roll. Be well, RPG Grandma. Thank you for hanging out.
No, I guess not.
No idea. No idea whatsoever. It's just
Well, like it would be amazing if you could have less of a clue.
exactly. And it basically it looks like a crystal sphere about the size of a softball. It has some metal parts that taper down to a conical point. There's a grip on the presumably bottom of the part, and then opposite of the cone there are 4 metal tines that come off the end of it. So let's have a look-see.
Throw the spear gun on the counter.
Yep.
All right. He doesn't touch it. He keeps one hand on the weapon, but he's not looking up at you. He's looking it over. Well, given how you're dressed or not dressed, as the case may be, this is obviously intended to be used in the water, spear gun of some kind. This capsule here, to go by the stripes, this probably holds some kind of explosive charge, if I had to guess. It's rather clumsy for using on the water, or on dry land, but you seem to do your business in the water. What were you looking to get for this?
Well, I might tell you that there's a story behind all these too. You know, but that's another matter. I don't know, Rex. What you think?
Well, what have you got to trade?
The weapons here in the weapon shop of Esher are available for purchase, but I must ask you what your purpose in using these weapons would be. You don't intend to turn them against any of the citizenry here in Eula, do you?
Certainly not. We were on the other side of the lake, and there are these gold armored androids that have been killing villagers over there. And, well, frankly, these aren't doing very much against those androids, so we need to stock up with something better.
I see. Well, I can't say as I've seen any gold armored androids. However, we are not unfamiliar with occasionally having to go in the waters here. Perhaps the militia or some fishermen might be interested in purchasing these. Let's see. And I see that each has 3 missiles. None of you have expended any? No? Well, that's obvious. Well, let's have a look here.
Yeah, so anyways, we fled that giant pike. Fish, whatever. Our bot told us pike, you know.
Yes. Yes, giant pike are rather dangerous. They can be formidable. If you can ever land one, you can feed a village the size of ours for an entire day.
Landing it with this.
Everyone gets a bowl of fish stew. All right, give me the game master a moment here. Well, given their relative specific applicability, I can offer you 75 domars for this. And he indicates the spear gun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what sort of weapons do you have?
Well, I have a fair few slug throwers that I have refurbished myself over the years. Durable things from pre-cataclysm times. You find the ones that have the electronics in them have simply ceased operation, but I do have a couple of laser pistols and laser rifles for sale, but not to insult you, but these will not be suitable for a straight trade on any of the tech weapons that I have. However, I do have lightweight slug throwers that if you wished to do an even trade for, they're not particularly good sellers. If you would care to establish a trade.
Man, I just wanted the Domars, you know what I mean? I mean, let's cut to the chase here, right? I didn't
Of course.
fall off the truck yesterday.
Of course, friend.
You got a cell charger or what?
Let's see. And what is probably his charisma?
That's 19.
19. Okay, well that's very good.
At level 3, I gained the ability of plus 10 or minus 10% on NPC reaction rolls.
Okay. All right. So that plus your charisma, he smiles and says, "I understand a cash transaction, and you wish to sell one of the spear guns, yes?"
What you guys think? I mean, we'll come back with some leverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
He
think
says he's got the
we should-
goods.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
he's
we
got
should-
the
I think we
charger,
should
sure.
Stick with one, yeah.
All right. He counts out 75 domars and stamped brass coins. And takes the weapon, clicks a little tab on the side, which it's a safety, and places it on a rack behind him. Is there anything else I can offer you?
Well, this is a little bit undone. You know what I mean? Because where are we gonna put these coins? I mean, I got nowhere to put them. You know, you got a sack or something. Well, I got a sack. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Of course, friend. He reaches behind the counter and pulls out a small cloth bag and shuffles the coins and ties the top off and hands it to you.
Either that or it's
Thanks,
like
man.
a cup, like in like at the gambling things.
Okay.
You guys want to sell another one or what?
Well,
We put a couple up there.
I mean, maybe we should find that charger first.
yeah, let's we got a little bit of cash so we can get something to eat and drink, ask around, and we know it's here if we need to come back for a little more.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, I ain't got it. You guys carrying the weapons. I like being free.
Okay.
I've been lugging
Sure.
all that crap around forever.
Okay.
If I may recommend, and far be it from me if this is a cultural matter for yourselves, but there is a there is a boutique, Levy's, across the market square where you could acquire more modest clothing and shoes
Man, I got these shoes from wandering the desert wastelands in the heat of the day, These
He
are my
leans
natural shoes.
leans over the counter, looks at your feet. Of course, sir.
Yeah, there might be some toe jam and whatnot, but we won't talk about that.
I wouldn't dream of it, sir.
Yeah, clothes it is. I mean, what you guys think?
Yeah, you could use some
I
clothes.
yeah, just nothing fancy. I mean, we're not going to be holding on to these for very long, I don't think, because once we hit the beach, we're getting back into our old stuff. So
Good night, 33K7. Thank you for hanging out
You
with
got
us
it.
tonight.
The boutique it is.
All right. So across it's about 30 meters across the courtyard. You're getting a lot of stairs, but you go in the boutique. You as like the door closes behind you, you hear some. This is clearly directed at you. You just hear a voice say, "Thank God they're putting clothes on."
We're from the clan of burning clothes.
Yeah.
We like to buy up clothes all over the land and then take it and destroy it.
Force nudism for everyone.
hey, great bandages.
That's your secret. That's your Gamma World secret
Yeah.
order is the forced society of forced nudism. All right.
Enemies of Yexels everywhere.
All right, take your clothes off. Oh no. We're just gonna destroy your clothes. All right. So yes, there's a man and a woman in the boutique, and the man is stocking shelves. He's a younger fellow. He turns around and says, "May I help you? Strangers?
Sure.
What can I do for you?"
Rex will just put his hands on his hips in like that Superman pose and say, "We're here to find some clothes. What do you have?"
He doesn't speak. He just gestures at a rack. There's tunics and trousers of various sizes. He's just like,
I go to the dress rack and start looking for a basic dress that isn't too outrageous.
yeah. So you guys, long story short, you guys can get just basic clothes, including a dress and some comfortable but durable shoes for 5 domars a piece.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Sure.
All right. So you have your clothes trying on montage to a Bangles song, and once you're done with that, where to next?
Where
you
we
have
always go, the
so
bar.
you have 60 domars.
Yeah, I'm notating it too, in case anybody else isn't.
Excuse me, do you happen to have a waterproof bag?
No.
You know where we can get one?
No. I mean, you could try the traders there in the corner. We don't have that sort of thing here.
Okay. Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you.
You want to get something to drink or what? I mean,
heck yeah.
We probably need someplace to stay too. Yep. I don't want to swim back out there until, well, at least till nighttime.
Yeah.
So
who knows what's prowling the depths?
So, do you think Karen's killed our other party member yet?
She would not do that.
No, if anything, she's just insulting him.
Yeah.
I
got a
expect
bad
to come
feeling
back
about
and
that
and the ship's gonna be like, in tip-top shape, because they're gonna make sure that it's completely worked over.
Yeah, he don't take no stuff, that's for sure.
I mean, unless he somehow finds a stash of like chocolate candies on there, I think we're gonna be okay.
All right.
Find some place to get a libation or something. Maybe a bite to eat. Maybe a place to stay.
Yep. And some intelligence. I'm sure the locals will talk.
Go for it. I'm all talked out.
Okay, so yeah, there's a couple of establishments here in the market square that sell food and drink. You recognize some of the cider actually from the barony. There's like a Jefton apple cider in bottles with little printed parchment labels stuck to it. But you can get a meal for all of you, loaf of bread, some savory meat, the aforementioned the aforementioned cider. Not very expensive. Set you back about 10 domars.
Done.
Right on.
All right. So what do you wish to do, adventurers?
While we're there, are there other locals partaking too that we could talk to?
It's getting late in the afternoon, yeah. So there's a few people that saunter in, and there are people there.
So I'm going to approach some of them and say, hey, we're obviously new to the area here. Is there any places to stay that are reasonable and safe?
What are you talking about? Of course our town is safe. Do you see bandits around here? Do you see raiders? This is no lawless outpost. We're good, law-abiding and respectful people here. And I would hope you'd be the same.
Oh,
you're looking-
completely. It's just we came from across the lake and they had a problem with these gold robot things. We just wanted to make sure they didn't come across the pond here.
Yeah, I don't know anything about any gold robots, I'm afraid, lady. If you're looking for a flop here, you can ask you can ask Ira. He points to the fellow who sold you your food and drink. He's usually got a room or two to let, and we get traders in from time to time. Try him. He turns back to his meal.
So I wander
Your Rex
back.
get a load of that. And he called her a lady.
Yeah, someone civilized around here.
All right. So anybody, you guys want to talk to anyone else?
Well, I think Monday was going to go and see about rooms, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to chill out until, the big goal is to get back to the boat, get the Domars we've got or whatever else, and come back with some leverage.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a charisma 16, but I have nothing on you, Doom. So maybe you should.
I got nothing on talking to no fools around here. Not till I got the cash.
Yeah, there's the only like rumors you overhear. One fellow saying, well, they're close enough to you, sitting at a table, and they're not addressing you, but one of them says, well, I don't know if the rumors are true or not, but just think about it. All that land up there, just no mutants, no radiation, no ruins, just trees and open ground as far as the eye can see. No weapons from before the cataclysm. I'll try my luck up there. That's all you get from them. Talking to the guy at the counter, you approach him, Kenneck, and talk to him about a room. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, Monday is.
All right. Monday. He just scratches his gut, looks you up and down. Yeah, I got a room. It's 5 domars a day. Upstairs. Take it or leave it.
How many beds are in it? Or blankets at least? We need 3 blankets at least.
All right. Look, I'll get you 3 blankets. Nothing weird goes on up there. You understand?
I
wishes.
certainly would hope
Pointing to
not.
probably.
He wishes and points of prayer.
Send him up there, man.
No,
Anyway.
there will be no weird business.
This guy goes, he's just like, all right, 5 domars, give.
Okay. I'll give him the 5. We collect a key or whatever.
Yeah, he gives you a key. Top of the stairs. Actually, he gives you a piece of rigid mag stripe. You know how to use this?
Do I know how to use it?
It looks like a very narrow key card. You might have to fiddle with it, but he tosses it on the counter, picks up actually, he doesn't pick anything up. He turns a small terminal to himself and is tapping away repeatedly on a few keys on a small terminal. The face is illuminated by green glow on the terminal screen.
So what time do you serve food in the morning?
You can buy food anytime you want.
Okay.
We start cooking it at dawn.
And when do you stop cooking?
When I'm tired of it.
Okay. Good to know.
Goes back to tapping on his terminal.
Hell of a cider you got, man.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Dooms?
Hell of a cider you got, man.
Oh. Thanks. Yeah, it's from across the water. It's not bad.
It beats the damn water.
Yeah, well. It's got its used to, I guess. All right. So do you guys head upstairs or?
Well, it's still, what time is it?
It's late afternoon. It's
Okay.
well, I mean, it's early evening now. You guys had your talk with the gun shop owner, your clothes shopping montage, and you ate your meal. So yeah, it's getting on to the evening now.
I
mean, I'll hand the card thing to probably and say, I'm going to check out the medical facilities here.
Right on. Do you?
So I'll meet you guys back here, or, well, whatever. I'll meet you here.
Okay. Yeah, you've seen this kind of thing before. It's just the slot's a little narrower. It's like, it doesn't work. You turn it upside down. It doesn't work. You turn it the way you first had it. You plug it in. It works. And there's a clunk and the door swings open. It is a very plain room. there is a bed with a couple of sheets folded on the end of it, and it's big enough for two people really comfortably. I just want to point that out. There's a chair in the corner. And yeah, it looks like this place is being provided power somehow. Give me a D10 roll there, if you would. Either Rex or probably Sane. Either one of you guys, give me a D10 roll.
You want to do it again?
Sure. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Except you needed to roll high.
Yeah. Yang is like, lights don't come on.
I just want to know, why don't I roll like that when we're in combat?
Right. I mean, you can try again to try and figure it out.
All right.
This is
All
not
right.
complex because there are light fixtures around. A 3. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it just like as simple as possible. You're like, oh, okay. So there's 3 buttons on this thing. You push one, the light comes on kind of dim. Give me another roll. Although I am going to crack up if you manage to take damage from this. Just a cascade of failures. 10, 10, 10.
I'll laugh too.
You push another one. It gets a little brighter. Give me one more roll. An 8-2. Yeah. So first button is just off. Middle button is medium brightness. Third end button is full bright. So you have figured out the ultra high tech lighting appliance in this room. Rex, you recognize the name on the bottom. It's whatever it is. It was like not made for this place. Engraved, barely visible in the dull brass of the weighted base of it. You see, property of Holiday Inn, do not take from room.
Do I remember what a Holiday Inn is?
Give me percentile dice roll and we'll modify it because you actually see the word written out. They stole this from a Holiday Inn hotel. Yeah, you picture like the sun. Yes, even in the 24th century, before the Black years, Holiday Inn still had that swooshing green arrow and the yellow and white marquee under it and the cursive Holiday Inn. Yeah, you're like, oh, that's from a Holiday Inn. I remember Holiday Inn. From your perspective, you stayed at a Holiday Inn like a month ago when you were on assignment in Virginia. So yeah, it kind of like you, and then you remember, oh wait, no, that's like 167 years old.
As the memories all come flooding back, he has a sudden desire to take some towels with him when he goes.
Well, you do not see towels. There are sheets in the room, however, on the bed. You may do as your conscience guides you. Probably saying you're just kind of watching him, like he picks up the lamp and just gets this far off expression on his face.
I'm used to it with this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, these guys.
So Monday, yeah, you ask around a couple of places and you're pointed to the Dr. Ferg's, F-E-R-G, Dr. Ferg's I Love Lamp, Kabuki Love Lamp. So yeah, it's a clean white building with a red stripe that goes all the way around the middle of it.
Okay, I'll enter.
All right. There's like almost like eye stinging level of antiseptic smell in here. Antiseptic in this case being probably wood distilled alcohol that's being used
Yeah.
in antiseptic, which is perfectly acceptable. Um,
Yeah, nothing wrong with 200 proof.
so yeah, you step in, and a moment later, a kindly looking woman in a white coat steps in and says, "May I help you? Are you injured? Do you require assistance?"
I do not. I am actually medically trained.
How nice for you. That's wonderful. It's great to see people taking an interest in the medical arts. Did you just come in to tell me that?
No, I came to see if perhaps you had supplies that could be purchased to help us because we are out in the field, or
No,
perhaps I could help you.
this is not an apothecary, and I'm happy to say that everyone here in town is in good health. Thank you very much for asking. It's a little unusual, but yes, no, everyone here in Eula is hale as can be.
Well, that must make your job very, very easy. I mean,
From
if you
time
just
to
have to
time,
deal with occasional, mishaps and that.
there are folk, outlanders like yourself, who come here with injuries, and I do my best to treat them. And occasionally, there's ailments to see to, but for right now, all seems to be fairly quiet. We're expecting a couple of children in the spring, but beyond that, don't really have anything to report, dear.
Oh, completely understandable. Um, you couldn't, you wouldn't be interested in parting with, say, bandages or any of the minor medical uh, stuff that you have in excess?
No, dear. No,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay. I mean, completely understandable. I get it. I appreciate your time and
Mm,
glad to know you're here.
thank you.
So I'll go back and join him in the room.
Okay. All right. So you guys catch each other up. Rex, unless you say something specifically, you're staring at the lamp like it is the last signpost in civilization as you're about to drive across the Serengeti.
He's got a
But
little tear coming out of the corner of his eye.
yeah. So yeah, you get to the room, and yeah, there's one bed, and you realize that it's going to be well, I mean, I think you know it's going to be crowded. But the good news is there appear to be ample sheets and pillows. So
Floor it is.
Connect was hoping for a theme room.
Yeah, we could have had so much fun with that.
Yeah, no, the theme is the one spare bedroom above the tavern that this guy rents out. That's the theme. But to your surprise, yeah, when you go in there is electric. Like, you knock on the door, one of these two opens it, and you're greeted by bright light that isn't the sun coming through the window, or a lamp, or candles, or that is, an oil lamp or candles. There's actually electricity lighting up this room from a lamp in the corner. So I think for Kevin's sake, we'll go ahead and pump the brakes there tonight, since you guys are just in the room, and we can bring him in next week. Hopefully he was able to get his work situation squared away. So I want to thank Doomsword and Yang and Zhao and Monday for participating this evening. I want to thank all of you guys. We had 115 people watching, including everyone over on the Twitter side of the house, excuse me, X, as it were. So thank you everyone again. I will not be back tomorrow night. I will be back Monday night. We've got a full week ahead of us. And again, guys, next week is the final episode of Let's Play Gamma World Live until November. Because all of October, every Friday, Call of Cthulhu, Cosmic Horror. Be there, everyone. Be there to enjoy it. But try to be here every night, because if you don't, well, I can tell you straight up, the Owl Bears will have something to say about it. Peace. Good night. Love you all.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.